Hello everyone. Today we are watching an action, crime, and thriller movie named The Channel. Let's get into it. Somewhere in a foreign country, a man is killing terrorists. He is doing quite well until a grenade is thrown behind him, waking him up from a dream. The guy named Klein has a baby and plays with him. We see that the baby has a scar on his chest, but nothing has been said about it yet. Klein's mother gets in and takes the baby from him. He has something to do, and she is the babysitter. Klein gets outside and waits until he gets picked up by a white van. The people in the van under which his brother Max are heavily armed and are getting ready for something big. Max tells a story about his time in the army, and they get there. The group gets out of the van all covered up and gets inside a bank. They want everyone to drop to the floor and demand the keys from the manager. They also need a passcode, so the man gives it to them, but they are scared that that is the panic code and threaten him. The man gives them a different code, and they open the vault. The group takes the money, and one guy says that it is time to go. When they get outside, FBI agents are waiting for them and kill one member of the group. More agents get there, and the criminals fall back. After more deaths, the only ones left standing are Klein, his brother Max, and a heavily injured guy named Flea. They hijack a car and get followed by the police. After some shooting, they get to a runaway car, but are still followed by one police car. Max kills the people inside, and they drive off into freedom. Another police car gets there, and Klein puts Max's head down so they don't get spotted. We hear the police radio, and they are going to block all exits out of the city. The three criminals switch cars once again and are wondering how the FBI caught up to them so quickly. They think that someone ratted them out, and Klein is mad at Max because he killed some agents, but Max says that it was the agents or them. They blow up the car and drive away. Special Agent Frank arrives at the crime scene, where a furious officer is waiting for him. He says that the FBI didn't act correctly, and now there are 6 officers dead because of it. Frank establishes dominance and walks to the other agents. The other agents explain the situation and say that someone named Edwin got caught last night after hacking the alarm, so it would not go off the next day, and he told them that there would be a bank robbery to get less jail time. They got the information 10 minutes before the robbery went down, so they couldn't wait for the criminals inside the bank. After this, Frank gets to the witnesses, and one of them says that the people who got away were locals. Then Frank asks a woman named Ava what she knows, but she doesn't know anything. He gets a call from his child that asks where he is when Mike informs him of a car fire. On their way, Frank says to check the details of the witnesses. A guy named Bill is at his home when the 3 criminals get in, and Max punches him. They think that Bill ratted them out, but Bill says that it was Edwin. They want Bill to wash the money, but Bill says that his guy is out because of the media attention. He knows one guy named Nussie who is willing to wash the money, but he will take 40 or 50% of the total. Then Ava gets in and is mad at Max. We learn that she is the wife of Klein. She asks why they did another heist because the surgery for their kid was already paid for. That was also why the baby had a scar on his chest. She thinks that they will be caught, but Klein comforts her. They hear screaming from the inside of the house, and it is Flea, whose condition is getting worse by the minute. They decide to go to Clarence, a friend who can maybe help Flea. Ava wants to go with them, so she will drive because the cops aren't looking for her. Nussie is watching the robbery news when he gets the call that they want him to wash the money for them. Frank is at the car fire and asks how much money was stolen from the bank. It was $1.5 million, and he wonders why the bank had more money than normal in it. The others inform him that they were carrying heavy so that they could distribute it to other branches. It is still unknown how the robbers knew about this, so they will try their luck on Edwin, the one who ratted the robbers out. The robbers get to Clarence, and he will try to help Flea. Klein gets a call from Bill about the money washing situation, and Bill says that it's a bad deal, and Nussie wants 70%. While that is going on, Clarence says that it will take a long time to help Flea, so Max gives him some money, so Clarence will kill Flea. Klein says to take good care of Flea, and they leave to go to the money-washing deal. While Max is checking supplies, Klein is talking with Ava about their future. He wants to go to Bolivia and live on an island on a lake. The deal begins, and Brill, the little brother of Nussie, tries to establish dominance. Max didn't know that Nussie demands 70% and gets mad. He takes his gun and with the help of Klein, kills everybody except someone who runs away. Max waits for Brill to drown in his own blood and kills him afterwards. The trio is driving away when a police car approaches at the red light. He puts on the sirens, passes them, and goes to the place where they just killed everyone. The guy who ran away informs Nussie of the situation, and Nussie gets mad and wants to kill him. Then we see Edwin for the first time, and he gets interrogated. He is lying, but they see right through it. They threaten him with more jail time than he already has, and Edwin tells them who the robbers are. The criminals get to Bill, and we see that Flea is there too, despite Max telling Clarence that he can kill him. Klain is mad at Max and says that he is crazy for fighting with the gang, even though they were clearly outnumbered. Klain says that everything bad that ever happened to him was because of Max. The brothers start to fight when Stitches, a gang member of Nussie's gang, shows up with reinforcements. Stitches kills Bill, and others knock the rest unconscious. The news has pictures of the two brothers, and the presenter tells the citizens of New Orleans to watch out. In the police station, Mike pulled the information about the witnesses of the robbery, including Ava, and he saw that she got $75,000 from an anonymous crowdfunding website. She got the money 3 weeks after there was another bank robbery somewhere else, so Mike thinks something is up. They also get notified about the earlier shooting that involved the brothers and Nussie's crew, so Frank decides to investigate Nussie too. Then we see someone killing terrorists again, and Klain wakes up all tied up. Nussie and his crew get in, and Klain says that he will give them a lot of money if they set them free. Nussie doesn't go for the deal because he doesn't believe Klain has enough money for his liking. Max tells how he killed Nussie's brother, and Nussie starts laughing. Stitches takes some acid and pours it all over Flea. Max says that he will kill Nussie, but it doesn't bother him. He takes the acid and is about to pour it over Klain, but he kicks Nussie away. Max gets free and shoots at a pipe to set Klain free too. The two kill the others in horrifying ways, and Max shoots a shotgun in Nussie's face. Klain frees Ava, and they escape Nussie's place. Max says that it is time to separate, so they each go their own ways. The police are going to Nussie's place and see Klain and Ava. They are about to arrest them, and Klain puts his gun down, but Max gets there and kills the police agents. Frank gets there, and Max starts shooting. Ava and Klain get away, but the agents are following Max. He runs into some houses, followed by the agents, and eventually gets shot. He still runs away and hides in an alley. The agents are trying to find him, and one guy says he found a trail but gets ambushed and is held at gunpoint by Max. The other agents get there, and Frank shoots at Max from the alley where he came from. They ask where Max's brother is, and he says that Klain is dead. He himself then dies on the spot. Klain and Ava are on the metro and say their goodbyes because it is too risky for Klain to stay here. They kiss, and he leaves. The FBI is investigating the things that happened at Nussie's place, and someone finds a necklace in the acid. It is the necklace of Klain, so they think he's dead, but it actually came off when fighting Stitches. Sometime later, Frank gets to the house of Ava to investigate her, and they talk about the crowd-funded money for the surgery of the baby. He shows her his child, and Ava says that the kid has sadness in her eyes. Frank tells Ava that he recently divorced his wife, and Ava gives him some advice. He leaves, and Mike asks what happened in there. Frank says that he knows that she was in on it, but all the bad guys are dead, the money is recovered, and when they arrest her, they will destroy the lives of her and her kid. Somewhere in Bolivia, we see Klain with a small fishing boat. He looks at a mother and her kid, and it turns out that it is Ava. They kiss, and the movie ends. Thank you for watching the movie The Channel with us. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe.